1v1, outer reaches, blue side is Mr. Ricco as a Warboss. Big, mean melee commander, good at disruption, can bash through cover as you can see. Also has a few support abilities for his boys. Red side we have AryaStark as an Eldar Farseer, melee commander, lots of support, can deal out some pretty decent damage though in tier 2. 3 VPs as always, one at the top contested in the northeast, natural here in the southeast for AryaStark, and natural in northwest for Mr. Ricco. Double shooters for Mr. Ricco, as you'd expect. Light ranged infantry, very solid tier 1 unit, especially with their upgrades. AryaStark goes for another Guardian squad to complement the one Eldar start with, light ranged infantry. Pretty decent damage output, but they are fragile. No third unit for AryaStark as yet. We're probably going straight into a Shuriken or Rangers. Farseer running right into Sluggers here. Will probably be forced off. Engages shooters in melee, trying to take out a model before she has to retreat, and is unable to do it. Guardians taking the top VP. Early lead for Mr. Ricco. Shuriken cannon is on the way for AryaStark. AryaStark took this bottom power in the southwest. Pretty isolated on the map. Sluggers coming to whack it with their choppers. Guardians taking his rec point now. Double shooters forcing off Guardians with no model losses. Pretty cagey opening then. Shuriken does hit the field. Setup team which suppresses infantry, does more damage to them the closer they get to it. As you can see, it's pretty quick for a setup team. Pretty manoeuvrable too with its turn speed and acceleration, which is why double shurikens is such a popular build for Eldar. And it looks like Mr. Ricco has completely called it and gone for Storm Boys. He has now seen the shuriken cannon. Warboss taking tons of damage from Guardians and Shuriken and is forced off with about half health. Double shooters stomping around the top, trying to take out this node. Also cap that rec point. 3 gens down for AryaStark. They'll want to defend it. Here comes the Shuriken, which will just completely lock down the shooters and probably force them to retreat. Not much they can do about it. Losing models here. They lose one model and get away. Guardians lose a model also. So pretty even still. Ricco Rus has the numbers. Storm Boys are on the field now. Very powerful melee unit in tier 1. Have power weapons and can jump into combat. Guardians have their battle equipment, giving them a grenade. You can see the indicator on the top of the unit there. 481 pace 460, very close early. Probably see, I'm not sure what AryaStark will go for. Has now seen the Storm Boys. Shuriken is forced off. Was trying to cap there. Farseer capping herself. She's kitted out here, Armour of Fortune and the Ghost Helm. Guardians using a range damage. The Storm Boys suppressed by the Ghost Helm, but jump away from the Plasma Grenade. Now can now engage these Guardians in melee. They are forced off. Will they lose a unit? Shooters coming to force melee, are they? No. Focusing now on the Farseer. Warboss happy to just cap while his boys deal with the Farseer. She's forced off. Starts with the guide ability, which buffs the damage of a unit, of an infantry unit. Double shurikens are the order of the day for AryaStark. Stormboys can come and jump this one. Needs cover of the second, which is on its way and setting up now. There's the plan working, and Stormboys forced off completely with no losses. The first Shuriken now sets up again. Shooters have their Nob leader in tier 1. One squad does anyway. Both have their big shooters, of course. Nob leader gives them a bit more durability going into tier 2. Guardians trying to take the bottom. They're going to get caught here by sluggers. Lose models. Going to lose another. Perhaps another. Do lose 3 models and get away. Farseer now coming to decap. Huge map control for Mr. Ricco. 2-to-1 cap for him. Warboss retreating all the way back to base. Shurikens used to cap. Not often you see setup teams used to cap, but Shurikens are quick and manoeuvrable enough to get around the map and do it. Tier 2 for Mr. Ricco goes first. If Mr. Ricco just keeps mobile and doesn't allow these Shurikens to set up covering each other, he should do fine. Sluggers again scaring off Banshees. They did lose a member though. Guardians forced off. Lots of Guardians running away in this match. 463 plays 385. Full gen farm for Mr. Ricco Rus and a gen here. Full gen farm for AryaStark. Mr. Ricco also has this southwest power. AryaStark having trouble digging in to an engagement and causing losses here. Shurikens are set up covering each other, as you can see. Stormboys want to try and jump the back squad flank around, but we have Guardians and the Farseer covering. Huge map control for Mr. Ricco still, getting a war truck. AryaStark now hitting tier 2. Both Guardian squads now have their battle equipment. Perhaps some energy shields around here would be good. No sign of them yet. Here come all of Mr. Ricco's stuff. First Shuriken Cannon is jumped. Stormboys jump right into the second one, and there's a Bomber Boy to disrupt it. Improved rocket bats. This is going to be... That's a huge blow. Huge blow. Stormboys with improved rocket bats and their Nob leader go down. That's a turning point. Mr. Ricco, I suppose, can just load sluggers into his war truck and drive them through the shurikens, but that's still a huge blow. Lots of resources spent on those Stormboys. Farseer has her singing spear, so she's going to do some very nice damage now. Cannot quite catch the war truck. Sluggers get out with their Nob leader and burners, making them a pretty tasty melee unit. Shuriken will try to suppress them. Decides to retreat instead. War truck goes down. Shurikens just get away. Guardians using fleet of foot to outrun the sluggers here without retreating. Farseer taking tons of damage, needs to retreat through the sluggers. This might be a commander loss. Just gets away. 120 HP. Good engagement from Mr. Ricco. Lost his war truck, but he did force off Arya. Can now bash this power with sluggers. Decides to cap instead, or decap rather. We have warp spiders on the way for AryaStark, Weird Boy on the way for Mr. Ricco. Double Guardians have their Warlock leaders now, you can see them at the front, boosting durability, making them a bit more effective in melee also, and gives them the Embolden ability. Double Shurikens are in the center of the map. Here comes some sluggers. They will be suppressed though. And retreat. Here comes AryaStark stuff. Warp spiders on the field. Very powerful ranged unit against infantry. Can teleport around. Very mobile. Weird boy on the field. Sub commander for Orks. Disruption and offensive spells. Warp spiders teleport in and do serious damage to these shooters, forcing them off. There's a warp vomit. Here comes the Warboss. We're staying in the fight here, trying to tie up warp spiders in melee, but he's forced off, and it's a full retreat from Mr. Ricco, who goes into tier 3, has his eye on knobs. He has had superior power income for most of the game. Farseer coming to decap his natural though. Warp spiders have their Exarch and aspect with the warp spider. Going for power here. Shooters coming to defend. See them exploding under warp spider fire. Weird boy puts zap on them, doing damage over time. They teleport away and retreat. Farseer able to do loads of damage to the weird boy there. She's in trouble though. Retreats early, good decision from AryaStark. Shuriken Cannon has set up the wrong way. AryaStark got some map control back, spreading out the Guardians to cap this Shuriken capping power. Mr. Ricco hitting tier 3 now. Has a decent amount of resources going in. There's the weird boy's artillery ranged attack. There's a warp vomit too. But he is eventually forced off by the Shuriken Cannon. Sluggers deciding whether to engage. Nothing they can do about a Shuriken Cannon. Although they do have a Nob leader giving them Swampum, but they are just going to retreat here. Double Shurikens and double Guardians is a lot of hurt for sluggers. Warp spiders idle down here, not sure what they're doing. Going to cap. Warboss forced off immediately. Shooters dying. Farseer not engaging in melee. Goes to engage the weird boy instead. Knobs are on the way for Mr. Ricco. Now she's trying to decap. Weird boy can disrupt her. Not stopping the decap though. Guardian's working on the power node. AryaStark has done very well here. Taking back the map. Unable to decap the VP though. Knobs are on the field. These are a game changer. Hugely powerful melee unit. Getting their meaner and greener upgrade. Guardians are forced off. Managed to take out the node and the generator though. 2-to-1 cap for Arya. Can start to claw back some VPs. 379 plays 344. Arya floating tons of resources here. Shurikens forced off thanks to the weird boy. AryaStark does decide to go tier 3. Has now seen the knobs. Farseer is going to engage here. Does not use guide on herself or the ghost helm. Mind war ability. In melee with knobs is not a good idea. Not sure why Mind War was not used. Void Boy capping top. Gonna be a 2-to-1 cap. Very close. 357, 344. Knobs are not in combat though, you want them up here. Orc spiders, such insane damage to infantry at range. AryaStark in the ascendancy, gonna hit tier 3 with a healthy amount of resources. Pretty healthy army composition also. Sluggers in retreat. Knobs have their knob leader, getting their jammers also. They're going to be fearsome. Orc spiders taking out generators. Mr. Ricco in trouble here. Knobs, not the most mobile things around. And all 3 gens go down. Shuriken cannon is in big trouble over there from the weird boy, chucking all his stuff on it. It does get away without losses though. Huge map control for AryaStark. Now in tier 3, saving for an avatar I assume. Swampum used on these sluggers, allowing them to close the distance, but they get plasma grenades to the face for their trouble, lose their leader and are forced off. Warp spiders can now try and decap, or leave it to the guardians rather. Here come the orcs. Guardians did decap, should now retreat and do. Another war truck on the way for Mr. Ricco. Wants to be a bit more mobile. Guardians decapping this wreck point. Big trouble here for Mr. Ricco. Avatar is on the way. Knobs will take out an avatar in single combat, I think, if they can dodge the Wailing Doom in a way. We'll see. Guardians do get away with 3 members, including their warlock leader. Sluggers chasing. Now getting their knob leader back. 280 plays 344. Seer Council for AryaStark. Barely ever see these guys. Fantastic unit in my opinion. Very powerful melee unit. Very quick. Leap into combat doing damage. It's a unique unit to the Farseer. One of her global abilities. Two to 1 cap for Mr. Ricco. We're going to see a Seer Council and an Avatar. Or was the Avatar cancelled for the Seer Council? I think it was. Use your choppers on these sluggers. This is nasty. Seer Council engaging the knobs in melee, I think. All of these Eldar forced off by these very, very nasty sluggers. Seer Council get away with 3 members, lost a ton of health engaging those knobs. Knobs lost 1 member. Able to reinforce around the war truck. 2 to 1 cap for Mr. Ricco still. AryaStark having to reinforce all this stuff. Seer Council lost all but 1 member. Didn't last long. Farseer goes down. It's all turned around for Mr. Ricco thanks to knobs with the support of a war truck. Double Guardians coming to try and harass. Zap goes off on him from the weird boy. Also vomits on him. Misses though. Hit terrain it seems. Not much AryaStark can do against that war truck with the Farseer down. Here comes this Seer Council in a huge melee. There's a Rocks. Instant retreat from AryaStark should save all that stuff. Shuriken Cannon losing tons of health here. Also retreats. Seer Council again down to 1 member. Farseer's back up. Mr. Ricco able to even up the VPs. She retreats through double shooters but gets away. Shuriken Cannon coming top to Cat. Double Guardians back out, fleeting. Shuriken did manage to decap, now sets up to suppress this blob of stuff. Seer Council back on the field, going after the weird boy, it looks like. Stomped on by the Warboss, that's his default ability. Now in melee with him, which is not a good idea for him. Unupgraded, he will go down to Seer Council very fast and does. Seer Council level 2,875 HP at level 2. Here comes the Wartrop. I assume Knobs and or Sluggers are inside it. It is both. Seer Council needs support here. Ghost Helm used on the Sluggers, I believe. They are losing members very, very quickly to the Seer Council. Might wipe here. 5 HP, 2, 1. Sluggers do go down. We saw Spirit Stones on the way for the Farseer, allowing her to heal the Seer Council and other infantry, of course. There you see the heal going off, saving the Seer Council as they retreat. Wartrop goes down thanks to the Singing Spear. 265 plays 254. Farseer goes down now, in retreat to Knobs. Level 3 now, 3,438 health, getting their leader back. 2-2 on cap for AryaStark. Shuriken Cannon in big trouble here. Gets away. Seer Council should jump in against the shooters, I think, but they're going after the Knobs. A grenade spike on the shooters, no. Grenade spike on the Knobs instead. Disrupt them more than anything. Full retreat again for AryaStark. A bit too obsessed with causing casualties to the Knobs, I think. Should focus down these shooters. Map control starting to turn into Mr. Ricco's favour, going for another war truck. Farseer is revived, or rather rebought. Knobs down to under half health. Big shooter suppressing that Farseer here. She wants to engage these Knobs. Guardians forced off. Can she get a model loss? No, she is forced off herself. Seer Council here. Knobs taking tons of damage. Lose a member. There's an Eldritch Storm. Shooters should be able to get away. Knobs just get away. 3 members. Seer Council doing a fantastic job on them there. They 1 member and get away. Zap on the Seer Council forces them off. Good engagement for AryaStark. 2-1 cap for Mr. Ricco. Still very close. Wartrop using its shooter on Guardians. Guardians now level 3. No slouch against infantry now. Where we see grenades on these shooters. There it is. Mr. Ricco spots it. Weird boy forced off here. Farseer going after the war truck here on Knobs. He needs to be very careful. Retreat now. Needs to retreat now. Goes down instead. Seemed to strangely freeze in place there. Seer Council back on the field. Decapping the power. Energy shield goes up for the Guardians. Sea Council running after shooters now. So quick. Lose a member though. Catching shooters in retreat. I don't think they took out a model. 2-to-1 cap for AryaStark. Knobs forcing off Shuriken Cannon at top. Absolutely crazy amounts of power for AryaStark. Hasn't had the requisition to buy anything though, since they're constantly having to reinforce. Will we see grenades? There's one, and another forcing off the shooters, allowing another Guardian squad to cap, or rather the Sea Council, sorry, to cap. Warboss still down. We have a looted tank on the way for Mr. Ricco. Not a unit you see all too often. Not much of a vehicle counter on the field for AryaStark is probably why he's going for that. Only listing in speed really. Sea Council would do decently I suppose if they got rear armor hits on it, but they're only power melee. Farseer getting armor of the Assyrian now. Huge investment in the Farseer. She has her ghost helm equipped. Shuriken taking top. Looted tank on the field. Has a big boom shot ability. There it is on the Shuriken. Farseer trying to get into melee with the tank. Guides herself, so she'll do more damage, and uses the time field. Looted truck should get away though. Looted tank, sorry. Knobs capping top. I think they killed the Shuriken that were here. 196 pays 160. Lots of back and forth in the centre here. Mr. Ricco has the unit's advantage. Looted tank down to half health. Farseer on her way back out. Fully healed up. Sea Council. Sea Council in melee combat with shooters. They have a war truck for support, and here come Knobs. Farseer, insane speed going after the war truck. You see time field on all this stuff, fantastic use. Now engages the Knobs with Sea Council help, is it? Yes. Farseer's going to go down here though. Ouch. We have a fire prism on the way for AryaStark. Sea Council. Do they get away? They do. Tank taking out this entire gen farm. Looks like it's Mr. Ricco's game to lose now. 196 pays 109. Map turning blue. Fire prism on the field, mobile artillery vehicle. Wants it to disrupt these Knobs, I assume, and the big blob of shooters. Shooters now level 4. Two-to-one cap for Mr. Ricco. Stark needs to act quickly, down to 90 VPs. Looted tank getting rear armor hits from the fire prisoners, doing tons of damage as you can see, and takes it out. Sea Council forced off by Knobs and shooters and Weird Boy. Warboss has his power core, and now heavy armor on the way, turning him into a fearsome melee unit. 63 VPs left for AryaStark. Nobs catching Guardians in retreat. They survive. Level 4 Guardians now. Warboss forcing off Guardians with his big scary power claw. Fire Prism knocks him down. Shuriken Cannon unable to keep the Nobs at bay, retreats. 196 plays 43. It's still pretty tight though. One good engagement and the game goes back into AryaStark's favour. There is angry bits for the Warboss, and there is a Rocks. Fantastically dodged by AryaStark for the most part. Huge engagement at the end of the game here. Seer Council forced off. I don't think there's anything AryaStark can do now. Won't have time to go and decap, especially since Natural is getting decapped. Nobs getting plasma grenaded and now retreat. Seer Council almost taking them out, suppressed by big shooters. That's it though. 196 plays 9, 7, 5. 2-0 cap's going to win it for Mr. Ricco Rus. Great game, back and forth. The Nobs were just too much to deal with, even with Seer Council. Thanks for watching guys, I'll see you next time.